Welcome back to the Crypto Channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and alright, now Bitcoin just rejected from this exact area of resistance as the US stock market is dumping in the short term and further confirming a bear market signal just after the latest US tariff numbers were released just over the last one day, which is now increasing the probability of a recession happening, which I'll talk about in just a moment, alongside Ethereum continuing the larger bear market, while the price of Solana is also potentially about to resume the larger bearish move. So I'll be talking about all of that and more later in the video, so definitely watch to the end. First of all, just before we take a look at the Bitcoin and crypto charts today, we need to talk about the news today and of course the US stock market before talking about the crypto market, because this is one of the reasons as to why we saw a dump over the last one day in the crypto market. Because as I've said many times here on the channel, and as you already know by now, if you're a long-term subscriber here on the channel, the stock market and the crypto market are highly correlated. Not a perfect correlation, but if stocks see a dump like this, usually crypto is also going to dump, and vice versa. If stocks have a massive bullish move, usually that's going to be bullish for crypto. And so what exactly caused this latest drop in the US stock market? And well, potentially one of the main causes to this was of course the tariffs that were just officially released just yesterday. And these numbers came out basically right after I recorded my last video just yesterday. And as I explained in my last video, a lot of the market was already pricing in these tariffs beforehand. Obviously, over the last couple of months or so, we saw a sell-off in the market in anticipation of these tariffs happening, because as everyone already knows by now, of course, tariffs, at least in the short term, are bearish for markets. So that's exactly what we saw over the last couple of months, markets pricing in tariffs. And by this point right here, markets had basically already priced in at least what they expected the tariffs are going to be. And basically, a lot of people in the market were thinking maybe the tariffs will be 5 or 10%, maybe at most 15 to 20% on some countries. But basically, we ended up seeing a lot worse than what markets were potentially expecting. And so due to this shock in the short term, once again, this of course shocked the market in the short term. We can see exactly what happened in the US stock market. We saw a very quick and immediate drop towards the downside here in the S&P 500 index on the daily time frame. And if we're taking a look at the Nasdaq 100 index on the weekly time frame, we're now further confirming a massive bear market signal, which I actually talked about weeks ago now on the channel. If you watched my videos over the last few weeks, you would already know about this signal on this chart right here. And basically, this is looking at the weekly time frame for the Nasdaq 100 index, and we've already confirmed now multiple candle closes on the weekly time frame, with the RSI dropping below the center line, mainly in between this area, in between around 45 to 55 in the RSI. And we can see time and time again, we can see for many years throughout history, usually during the bull markets, this area in the RSI is acting as support. We bounce from this area, and then in the bear markets, we break below the area and actually find resistance in this area in the RSI. That's a sign of a bear market. And as I already mentioned here on this channel weeks ago, we already confirmed the bear market signal in the weekly RSI for the Nasdaq 100 index. And this is essentially just further confirming that bear market signal for the stock market. And on top of just the US stock market, if we're looking at what the Atlanta Fed GDP estimates are looking like, basically they are plummeting towards the negative. In other words, there's potentially a recession on the horizon for the United States. And on top of people just saying this, where are people actually putting their money? Putting their money where their mouth is? Well, we are actually seeing odds of a recession massively climbing, especially just over the last 1 to 2 days here on the betting markets. People were basically betting on a recession happening as a higher chance compared to just a few days ago in the United States in 2025. And so obviously a lot of these sort of moves right here are quite unpredictable. So who knows, maybe in a week or a month from now, they could be completely reversed, and that could reverse these probabilities of a recession. But at least as of right now, based on what the current situation is, if nothing changes, if these tariffs stay in effect, there is a very high chance that a massive recession will happen in the United States in 2025, which will likely crash markets even further. But it is worth pointing out, at least here on the daily time frame for the S&P 500 index, there is a possible bullish divergence forming, but I want to make it clear, at least for now, that's not yet been confirmed. I'm just pointing out a possible bullish divergence with lower lows in the price and higher lows currently forming in the daily RSI. And with that being said, taking a look at the Bitcoin and crypto charts today, first of all, on the 4-day Bitcoin chart, the super trend indicator is still sitting in the red, so nothing's changed over the last 1 day on this chart. And if we're taking a look at this weekly Bitcoin chart, obviously not much has changed here on this weekly time frame over the last 1 day. And so obviously, as I've been saying since basically the beginning of February, end of January, we've seen a bearish crossover playing out in the MACD indicator, telling us we're likely going to see bearish price action from that point. And that's exactly what we saw as I expected back then. But just recently, over the last couple of weeks, we've basically slowed down the bearish momentum, but not necessarily flipped bullish again. So we're not looking bullish right now. We're just not necessarily looking as bearish, at least for now, based on this indicator compared to a few weeks ago, around a month ago, for example. But if we're taking a look at this weekly Bitcoin chart, obviously, as I've been saying for months now on the channel, since basically the very beginning of this year, we still have a massive bearish divergence to watch out for, telling us to not expect any significant bullish momentum anytime soon. So of course, we can see some short-term bullish price action here and there, some bounces in the short term, just not necessarily massive high momentum movements towards the upside. And so obviously all of these signals are still playing out as I've been talking about for weeks and months now on the channel. And if we're taking a look at the daily time frame, just over the last 1 day, obviously we rejected from this Fibonacci level of resistance, sitting at close towards around 88,000. But just before taking a look at some other important Bitcoin and crypto charts today, first, if you want to trade these moves in the price of Bitcoin or any other crypto, personally, I'm taking a lot of my crypto trades right now over on BTNX, so I'll make sure to leave a link to BTNX below this video in the description and in the pinned comment. And if you use that link, it'll take you to this page right here where you can claim some massive trading bonuses, like for example, up to $23,000 onto your BTNX account simply just by trading crypto using that link. So if you're going to be trading crypto anyway, you might as well check this out. Once again, first link below this video. And in case you're wondering, BTNX is a no KYC exchange, which means you can access it from basically any country in the world without needing any KYC. But as always, check your local regulations when it comes to trading crypto. And for whatever reason, if you don't want BTNX as an exchange, there's also 2bit as another option out there, another exchange that I also trade on. So I'll also make sure to leave a link to 2bit below this video as well. And if you use that link, it'll take you to this page where you can also claim some massive trading bonuses over here. And in case you're wondering, 2bit is also a no KYC exchange. But with that being said, taking another look at this daily Bitcoin chart, and once again, over the last 1 day, we saw that rejection from close to 88,000 acting as major resistance. And for now, we've currently retraced towards this short-term support at roughly around 82,000. And I'll talk about short-term levels of support and resistance in just a moment. But first, taking a look at this 3-day time frame, of course, we still have a lot of resistance in between around 86 to 88,000, mainly at that 88k level, as I've been warning about since before all of these latest rejections over the last 1 week. And so once again, yes, we can see some short-term bullish moves like that previous bullish divergence playing out for a couple of days, but don't necessarily expect massive high momentum movements towards the upside based on this massive bearish divergence still active here on the weekly time frame. And of course, we still have important resistance that we cannot ignore. As I always say, we'll likely struggle around resistance. But if we can finally at some point see a confirmed breakout above around 88,000, then in that situation, only if we first confirm a breakout with candle closes above 88,000, in that situation, I would expect to move up towards around 91.5 to 92k. And if we break out above 92k, then we'd likely see a relief up towards around 96k. But obviously for now, we're still finding a lot of resistance at 88,000. And as for support, the next significant area of support towards the downside is sitting in between around 70,000 to 74,000. And if we're taking a look at this daily Bitcoin price chart, obviously we still have this descending line of resistance sitting at close to 86,000 right now. And over the last 1 day, as I mentioned in my last video, we were possibly seeing a breakout above that line, but that never confirmed. Obviously, as I always say, we need to wait for confirmation. We need to see at least a candle close confirming above resistance in order to confirm a breakout. Otherwise, it's simply just another candle wick above the line, which is not a confirmed breakout. And so obviously, we're still finding resistance at the exact exact levels I've been talking about here, close to 88,000. And if we're taking a look at the shorter term on the 3-hour time frame, obviously, once again, over the last one day, we very much ended that short-term bullish divergence. And of course, that's also what I talked about recently here on the channel. Obviously, a few days back, close to half a week ago, I talked about this right here, saying we're most likely going to see a slight bullish relief just for a couple of days because it's only on the 3-hour time frame. But then in my last video right around here, I said don't rely on the bullish divergence any longer. We will likely see the bullish divergence come to an end, and that's exactly what we saw. And we've now actually broken below this level on the price chart, which was sitting at around 83,500. So I'll now expect resistance again at 83.5k. And as for support, we've seen an almost perfect bounce from this line of support where we previously bounced from multiple times, sitting at roughly around 81,500. But if we see a break below 81.5k, then in that situation we'll likely drop down towards around 80,000, and below 80,000 we have some more short-term support at around 78.5k. And if we break below these lows, then once again we're looking at these lower 70k prices. And so that's what I'm expecting here in the short term. Obviously, we're currently seeing a slight bounce from this support, but overall, once again, don't expect any significant bullish momentum. It's the same story as I've been saying for months. But if we're taking a look at the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, obviously we just missed that massive amount of liquidity towards the upside, which was sitting at around 89,000, and it's still sitting at 89,000. But once again, as I always say, we cannot ignore other points of support and resistance where the price could also struggle at. So even though the price is getting drawn towards this liquidity that we saw over the last few days here, of course, we rejected from close to 88,000, where we were seeing a lot of resistance. But considering that liquidity is still at 89,000, we could potentially see at some point in the future another relief up towards that level, and then potentially another rejection from that resistance, because remember, we still have resistance at 88,000, but for now we do have a small amount of liquidity building in the short term, sitting at around 81,000 approximately. And so those are some important levels to watch out for on the Bitcoin price chart. And with that being said, if we're taking a look at Ethereum on the weekly time frame, obviously right now on these larger time frames here, Ethereum is simply just remaining within the larger bear market, as I've been saying for a long time now on the channel. Obviously, the moment we broke below this multi-year line of support, that was a bear market signal pointing towards a bear market, a long-term bear market for Ethereum. And so obviously I've not flipped since that point right there. We're still currently within the larger bear market, but of course in the short term we can see the occasional bounce here and there along the way towards the downside. And if we're taking a look at the 3-day time frame right now, obviously we are breaking below this Fibonacci level of support, sitting at around 1870 to 1880, and the next significant level of support towards the downside is sitting at just above 1,500, around 1520 to 1540 approximately. But in the meantime, on the daily time frame, obviously we still have a bullish divergence to pay attention to. Now, over the last one day, with that drop towards the downside, technically that created a slight new lower low in the price in the candle closes here. But for now, the daily Ethereum RSI, at least as of recording this video, is still currently forming higher lows. So in other words, this is just extending the bullish divergence. But right now, considering we've just created a new lower low in the price in the candle closes, with this extension, we now have to reconfirm the bullish divergence. And so in other words, we have to see at least 1 or 2 candle closes here confirming in the green, kind of like what we saw last time with a decent bounce in the RSI, and that will technically be a confirmation signal. And as always, a bullish divergence means we're most likely, not guaranteed, but most likely going to see a slight bullish relief or some choppy sideways price action over the next few days and weeks. Usually on the daily time frame, it plays out over a couple of weeks, give or take, as the most likely scenario. But remember, right now, we technically still need to confirm this new bullish divergence now that we've extended the bullish divergence over the last one day. So this could potentially provide a bit of relief in the short term if this further confirms. But once again, overall, despite what happens in the short term, as I've been saying for a while now on the channel, we are currently within a larger bear market. And with that being said, taking a look at the price of Solana on the weekly time frame, right now, as of recording this video, Solana is potentially starting to break below this major, very important area of support sitting in between 120 to 130. And for roughly around 1 month now, this has been acting as major support for Solana, as we could see multiple bounces over the last 1 month from in between around 120 to 130. And basically that was the major area that was preventing the price from hitting the total price target, the full price target for this rising wedge pattern, which, in case you're new to all of this, in case you're new to the channel, the price target is sitting at around $90 per Solana. And so now that we're potentially breaking below 120, which technically still needs to be confirmed, which is why I'm saying potentially breaking down, not just actually confirming a breakdown, because once again, we still need to see a weekly candle close below 120. Otherwise, this could just possibly be a candle wick towards the downside, like what we saw a couple of weeks ago. But if this actually confirms here, and especially if we start finding resistance in this area and reject from 120 to 130, in that situation, the next major price target would simply be sitting at $90. And as always, Solana, along with a lot of the major altcoins out there, will likely follow similar price action to what Bitcoin is doing. So if Bitcoin has a short-term dump, expect something similar for a lot of the major altcoins, and vice versa. If Bitcoin has a major bounce out of nowhere, expect something similar for a lot of the altcoin market as well. But with that being said, taking a look at the price of XRP on the 3-day time frame, right now, technically speaking, XRP is still simply playing out the larger bearish divergence, as I've been saying since much higher prices months ago. So not much has changed on this chart over the last 1 day. And if we're taking a look at the 8-hour time frame, obviously what we have seen over the last 1 day was a further rejection from this area of resistance, sitting in between around $2.24 to $2.30. And obviously, as I mentioned yesterday, we saw pretty much a perfect rejection from $2.24, the exact level of resistance I've been warning about. And like Ethereum, we've also potentially extended this short-term bullish divergence, with now a new lower low confirming in the price in the candle closes, but higher lows still technically forming in the 8-hour XRP RSI. And now, technically speaking, just like the Ethereum bullish divergence, we now technically have to reconfirm this new bullish divergence that's just been created over the last 1 day. But if this actually confirms here with a little bit more of a bounce now in the RSI, then in that situation, we could finally see a little bit more of a relief in the short term in the coming days, either a slight bullish relief or a bit of choppy sideways price action. So basically a break from all of the bearish price action, at least in the short term, just for a number of days. And as for support, at least as of right now, we're still finding a lot of support in between around $1.95 to $2.05. So that is the major area of support to pay attention to. And honestly, if the price confirms a break with candle closes below around $1.95 and especially below around $1.90, in that situation, honestly, we could see a pullback all the way down towards around $1.40 to $1.50, much lower prices if we break this support. But for now, obviously, at least as of right now, once again, we're still finding support in this area. And with that being said, taking a look at the price of Chainlink on the daily time frame, right now Chainlink is simply continuing that previous rejection from this golden pocket, acting as major resistance in between 1490 to 1550. So once again, still expect a lot of resistance around especially 1550. And as for support, we're currently running into this Fibonacci level of support sitting at approximately 1270 to 1280. So basically in the high $12 area, at least for now, we have a lot of support in that area. But if this level of support fails, in other words, if we see candle closes on the daily time frame confirming well below 1270 to 1280, and especially if we fail to get back above that level and instead we reject from that level, flipping it into new resistance, then in that situation, the next major price target towards the downside, the next significant level of support would be sitting at around $10 per Chainlink. And obviously, in terms of the larger trend at play, technically speaking, Chainlink is still in a larger bearish trend, forming lower highs and lower lows. And once again, I've been saying that for months, since much higher prices. But believe it or not, you can still profit from even bearish price action like this by using things like short positions, for example. And once again, if you want to trade any of these moves in the price of any crypto, check out the links below this video to those exchanges if you want to claim those massive bonuses that are only available using those links. And if you want to actually know how you can profit from all of these moves, whether they are bullish or bearish, you can profit in both directions by watching these videos popping up right here on your screen. The video in the top left shows you how you can profit from bullish or bearish price action using long positions or short positions, and the video in the bottom left shows you how you can easily profit from choppy sideways price action. But anyway, that is everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.